We had been married for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking through, like, yeah, one day we would like to adopt, like, maybe the
second or third child, fourth child, something like that.
I was sitting there listening to her tell me that she was pregnant, and she asked me to adopt. It was so out of the blue. Like, I didn't have a big emotional reaction to that moment. Then by like 1 o'clock the next day, I felt very passionate about adopting this baby. I was like, yes, we need to do this.
Since she was ready to go right away, it was kind of more waiting on me and my heart and where I was at. But then, like, definitely my heart softened towards it and really desired it. So the birth mom had already had an agency picked out, Adoption Dreams Come True. We met with Cindy and Ginger, and they just walked us through, like, you need to do your home study,
the way it works financially,
you need to do paperwork,
risks that were involved,
clearance, a background check.
We had a lot more clarity after we had met with them. She wanted us to be in the room the whole time, so we were able to be in the hospital room. Adoption Dreams staff was there the whole time, and they helped navigate just the hospital staff dynamics and communication with having an adoption in the hospital, and our separate rooms, and just providing a lot of those type of things, or getting us coffee or tea, or rubbing the birth mom's back when I wasn't there and stuff like that. They were just a really big support.
After the 2 days of labor, we were able to bring Lincoln home. It's just funny, like, no matter how many books you read and videos you watch, like, you have no idea, like, what you're doing, especially when your baby's crying in the middle of the night and you're like, change the diaper, fed him, he's happy. Like, what's going on?
No,
like,
he's not happy.
He's not happy. He should be happy.
The beauty of it being your first child is that you have nothing to compare it to. So if people would ask us and we're like, yeah, he's doing great, we love being parents. It was fun to see his personality come out, and to get to know what works and what doesn't work, and just little random details and facts about him.
We have Lincoln for about 3 months, and our relationship with birth mom was going great. Like, we had Christmas time with her, and everything was going really well. And then that week after we'd gotten together with her, found out that birth mom wanted to overturn the adoption. She's submitting paperwork to the courts to have it overturned.
We were completely blindsided, and we were just shocked. Like, I didn't even know, what to think. And I knew she wasn't joking, but I just couldn't understand how she could be serious about it. We were completely stunned.
So in a weekend's time, we tried to find out from as many different lawyers as possible, like, what we could do to stop the adoption from being overturned. And pretty much from numerous lawyers, they just said that pretty slim chance, and it's going to be pretty pricey. So with that, we just kind of were like, okay, we just kind of had to rest, and just knowing that there wasn't much we could do. And that following week then, the adoption was overturned, and birth mom came, and we handed Lincoln back over to birth mom. I think, like, after Lincoln was taken, it just was very quiet. I remember we came home and it was just very quiet, and it would just kind of hit you at different moments. Like, it wasn't really like this constant, like, sorrow or reflection on it, but like just like little things, and kind of steered away from his room a lot, just because we knew as soon as we'd go in, like, we'd think about him and just kind of break down crying.
I had stopped working to stay at home with him, and so now I was at home alone all day, and I'm kind of a processor anyway, so it was a lot of thinking. There's just a lot of emotions, and I had never grieved anything like that. There's been two sides to the grief is, one is just the losing him aspect, and then the other has been just our concern for where he's at and how he's being cared for. And that has probably been the harder part. Cindy and Monica, she was our caseworker, they just did a really good job of calling in and checking in on us. And it was really a comfort to be able to talk with them because they knew the whole process. And there's so many very, very bewildering details to the story that were really hard to share over and over and over with people. And it was just a huge blessing to know that they understood the process. They understood what we had gone through, and they just got it. Like they understood what we were going through, and we didn't have to re-explain things a lot. Through the whole thing, they were really there for us.
After the experience with losing Lincoln and just knowing the home environment he was going to be raised in, we just kind of had our hearts turned towards pursuing foster care.
I got a phone call from my former boss at the rescue mission, and she said, "Tori, part of me feels bad bringing this up to you and Greg, but I also know where you guys are at in your journey, and I can't get you out of my mind. There's a new young mom in our program. She just found out she's pregnant, and she really wants to adopt." But it was the first time in months that the idea and the possibility, like, we actually started getting excited about it.
I was nervous. I don't know why. But right when I saw them together, like just entering the door, like all the nervousness and all like the butterflies went away. And like right away, I was just like, I wanted to like go up there and hug them. But I didn't know why. Like I couldn't understand as to why I just wanted to hug them and tell them yes, like right away.
She asked good questions.
Yeah, she asked great questions, like just very thoughtful questions, and like you could really tell that like she cared about where her son or daughter was going.
In my head, like as they were talking, they looked so connected, and they looked like they were just as one. Like as I pictured a married couple and a father and a mother to look like. And that whole entire time they were talking, in my head, I was just like, they are it. Like, this is it. I already found them. I don't need to look anymore. I had started with another agency before Adoption Dreams Come True, and it didn't feel right. Everything, it seemed more business. Like, okay, we got to get this baby. This is the business. Here's what we want you to do. And when I had spoke about Tory and Greg and how I showed interest in them, they were like, it might not work, like right off the bat. So I was just like, yeah, I don't like them. Within probably like a month, I told her that I wanted her to come down, and then I told her. It was awesome.
What she said was, "I've decided that I want you and Greg to be my baby's mom and dad."
It was like a fat kid with cake. Her face just lit up. It was like a fat kid with cake, or like in a candy store. So
That's what Tori is like.
Yeah.
We both cried, her and I, and hugged, and it was really special.
Mm-hmm. Then from that point on, Tori was going to a lot of the appointments.
And, we went for ice cream and we went for tacos and all my crazy little cravings that I had. But, she listened, and there was no judgment at all. Like, it was just pure love, and I still see that and feel that today. I just kept having to keep that constant contact with Tori and just let her know how I'm feeling. Like, don't hold any secrets back. I felt like my relationship had to be about honesty.
There was fear about the risks, but the reasons for moving forward, like, way outweighed that.
Then the day came. Gideon came to us on 11/12/13.
And what was so amazing was that right when he came out, when he heard both Tory and Greg's voice, he turned in their direction. Yeah. So like right then and there, it was like another aha moment for me that I made the right choice.
Gideon's doing awesome. Sleeps great, eats great, still does all those things, and now he's over 4 months old. He's gonna be 5 months old here in a couple weeks, and he's a talker. Yep. He is a thumb sucker. He's a pretty much both hand sucker, anything that he can get in there.
We have videos of him, like even when he was 6 weeks old, we're reading a book and he is just talking and making noises and looking at the pages, even from as young as, the 6 weeks. So seeing his personality just come alive and his sweetness come out has been like a beautiful thing. Like we're very, very thankful for our son, and we feel like we got the coolest baby in the world. So we just love him. Yeah.
I have no regrets. All I look back on are the beautiful moments that I was able to spend with him in my stomach, and just me talking to his parents and us getting ready for this new journey together as a whole family. Like, I look at family as something different than what I used to think it was.
Would you recommend Adoption Dreams?
Oh my goodness. I would recommend it to anyone who is looking into adoption or looking to adopt. I actually had recommended them to my church because my church has an adoption group. So there's a bunch of people who seek adoption and seek, doing foster care. And, some people don't know where to go.
We would definitely recommend Adoption Dreams. We have to multiple people, actually. Adoption is both very technical and it's very personal, and they combine those two really well in how they work on the legal side and how they work the personal side.
They make it feel like a family or a friendship more than just an agency.
I just can't say enough to people going through this process. Like, make sure you can trust your agency and believe that they're really for you. They're a great resource, and they will be your biggest asset through the process of adopting your son or daughter.
Every single time we ever see them, like, all of them are like, I want to hold Gideon, I want to hold Gideon. And so, and it's because, they just love seeing families being made.